As you're about to hear in the following stories, mental health is not something to be taken lightly, and it's important to stay on top of your mental health. You grow up imagining your life will look a certain way at a certain age. But things don't always work out the way you pictured. Maybe you don't end up in the job you thought you would. Maybe you're feeling stuck or like everyone else is moving forward while you're just standing still. It can be hard to talk about that, even harder to ask for help. Maybe therapy always feels like something other people did. But then I learned that it's not about having something wrong with you. It's about understanding yourself and finding a healthier way to move forward. So, a little backstory. I dated this girl when I was in my senior year of high school. I'm 20 now, so it was a couple of years ago, but still pretty fresh in my mind. For privacy's sake, I won't use her real name, so I'll refer to her as Grace. Grace and I met through our job, which I now know is never ideal. Before we started dating, there were red flags I shouldn't have ignored. She would come to our work for hours just to watch me, and I'd catch her staring at me. A few months in, things turned toxic. I felt Suffocate had no time for hobbies, friends, or even myself. She asked where I was, who I was with, and what I was doing 24/7. Missed a call, 25 missed calls, and texts would follow, ending in a fight. I couldn't even play games with my friends in peace. So we broke up, but she wouldn't let it go. She waited outside my work, blocked me at my car, begged me to return. One night, I agreed to talk. But when her dad called to threaten a lawsuit, I snapped. I said, "I'm done," and tried to leave her car. She locked the door and dug her nails into my arm. It was the first time she'd ever gone physical. I yanked the door open, pulled her onto the passenger seat, and escaped to my car. I drove home faster than I ever have. That night, while gaming, I heard a tap on my window. I chalked it up to my GTA 5 sound effects and a bit of weed. Then a female voice said my name. I panicked. Grace was there at 2 a.m. tapping on my window. I pretended not to hear her, but she started banging, angry and aggressive. When I opened the door to ask what she wanted, she demanded her sweater back. I warned her, leave, or I'd call the cops. She screamed and sobbed. Then I saw a hooded figure behind a tree. My fight or flight kicked in. I slammed the window shut on Grace's arm and dialed 911. She and her accomplice fled. The officer took my statement, but had no evidence. I was lucky the hooded figure peeped out. My name is Amy, and since last Tuesday, I can't sleep. Someone you trust can become the stuff of nightmares. I broke up with Tommy 3 weeks ago. At first, he was loving, then possessive, checking texts showing up unannounced. I ended it blocking him everywhere. Then the strange messages began from anonymous numbers. One night, I heard footsteps downstairs. Another night, the hallway closet was open even though I'd locked it. I slept with a knife under my pillow and a chair wedged under my door. I woke to cold darkness and a black mass at my bed's foot, 2 hands caressing my feet. Tommy's voice told me to calm down as he covered my mouth. He confessed, making a copy of my key. I agreed to stay quiet just to end it. After he left, I called 911 and got a restraining order. I dated Marissa for a 1.5 years. Her intensity was intoxicating until it wasn't. She'd text nonstop, show up at work, then shut down if confronted. I finally blocked her and moved across the country under a new identity. For months, peace until the letters began. They knew my routines, my hoodie, even my slouch. I fled again to Denver, then to the mountains in a cash-rented cabin. Footprints circled my windows in the snow. She found me. I moved back home into a house with ex-military roommates. They keep me safe, but the trauma remains. Marissa is a mentally unstable stalker. I only wish law enforcement could stop people like her sooner. But these stories are more than just headline theory warnings. Each victim thought they were in love, until control and fear replaced affection. Grace's midnight window pounding showed how quickly caring turns to coercion. Tommy's silent home invasion proved that obsession doesn't knock politely. And Marissa's anonymous notes taught us that distance alone can't stop a broken mind. Yet through every nightmare there is a path to freedom. It begins by recognizing the red flags: constant surveillance, guilt trips, threats. It continues by finding your voice, calling the police, leaning on friends, seeking shelter. And it culminates in reclaiming your life-changing routines, moving on, rebuilding trust. No one should endure that terror alone. If you see these signs in your own relationship, act now. Speak up, reach out to hotlines or local support groups. Protect yourself and remember, breaking free is the bravest step you can take. Thank you for staying with us through these chilling true stories. If you found this video gripping, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Vox Mundo and hit the bell so you never miss our next dark tale. Share your thoughts below. Have you ever experienced obsession or stalking? Your story might help someone else feel less alone. And if you want more mysteries, check out the video we've linked on screen now. We'll see you in the next journey into the shadows. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and thanks for watching.